Okay, good morning. We just woke up in Lordsburg, New Mexico. I just fired up the truck. It's 6:40 a.m. It said it was getting down to like 28 degrees last night. So I got my little fan that blows inside air out into my battery cabinet. I have it barely on. You know, I have a rheostat switch that I put up here on the panel so you can adjust the speed of the fan. And it's 47 degrees in the battery cabinet, and it's 70 degrees inside here. That little fan definitely works. And I think the cabinet gets some ambient warming. You know, it's right behind that wood there. Then there's the aluminum box that's the outside cabinet. So it gets some, you know, through osmosis or whatever it is from it being so warm in here. It gets some heating from that, but I think definitely the little fan helps keep it warm. And I have the temperature sensor that this panel is picking up. It's stuffed in between the batteries, so it's picking up the temperature like right at the batteries. You know, this air isn't blowing on that sensor. It's tucked down far below where the fan comes in. So as soon as I start the truck, Lefty wants to go up and get in the cab, so he's up there in his seat, and it's freezing up there. When I pulled the curtain back, oh my gosh, you know, it's 30 degrees up there and it's 70 degrees back here. I got to get my clothes changed. There's a Love's or a Pilot like a mile and a half from here, so as soon as it's just a little bit lighter, the sun is coming up, but you know, this is uneven ground. There's some ruts in it from probably the last rainstorm, and people pulled in here, so I just want to be careful pulling out of this park till we get up out on the road. So day 2, here we go. This is the entrance to the park we stayed at last night. It's the Veterans Memorial Park in Lordsburg, New Mexico. Very nice of them to have it here. Okay, got my coffees. All right, getting warm in here. Feeling better? Oh, I bet you. I know what you want. You want some snacks? Huh? You want some snacks? Okay. Hold on. Hold on, buddy. Okay. Over here. Over here, pup. Over here. Good boy. When the fuel is cheap, I just keep putting it in. It's $3.29 here. This is New Mexico. And usually when we get to Texas, it's even cheaper. But $3.29 that's the lowest. So I see that. I can't believe I was just barely below the F, the full, and it took 15 gallons. So my gauge, I've said it a bunch of times, my gauge is whacked. So above F is like 20 gallons, F and above. It's, because I've told you, I've driven over 200 miles before the needle even moves. When I top the tank up, we'll go 220 miles before the needle makes any movement. So that's like 20 gallons, typically, let's say. Here we go, back on 10 East. So far, this route is nice. We haven't had to do any mountain climbs. And we're not out of it yet, but we haven't done any mountain climbs. Looks like we gotta go over this mountain up here. I can see the road. This is gonna be the first real climb we've had to do on this drive. Speed limit's 65 here. I'm sure we're gonna end up turning overdrive off, climbing that just from the looks of it. Going down into third gear. $55. Oh, come on. It's gonna kill us. Now back up to 65. And we've lost all our speed here. Third gear, 47 miles an hour. truck didn't make it. Nice and easy. .700-foot elevation. Fourth gear, go back into overdrive. Oh, this must be the big downhill Joe was telling me about. That's not bad. Just let the engine cool off going downhill. Look at this view. This'll park. There's some snow way over there in the distance. Oh, I dropped down to 60 on the downhill, just coasting. See the temperature gauge drop down? Here we go. What is this? One of these arbitrary checkpoint kind of things. Look at all these cameras. Holy Christ. U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Border Patrol checkpoint in the middle of New Mexico. I don't get it. Go down. Morning. Pardon?
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Am I a U.S. citizen? Maverick. Oh, some people. Check that out. Check that out. Okay. One. Going in there. Okay. Okay. Wow. They got every kind of antenna in the world up here. There we are. There's our target. They use vehicle plus $5. Okay. Let's find us a spot. Okay, puppy. Okay. Hold on. Okay, we just stopped for our second night. We are just outside of Roswell. This is an OHV riding area. We're the only people here. It is absolutely freezing out. I think it's like 38 degrees, and tonight it's going down to 28. Gray skies from one horizon to the other. There's a wind, so I have us so that the wind is not blowing on the battery cabinet. And I turned on, you can hear the fan that's blowing air, because as soon as we came to a stop, the temperature in the battery box dropped 10 degrees just from no longer having the hot transmission and the exhaust pipe and everything down in that area. That's got to be the reason. So I fired up the diesel heater, turned my fan on, and I've got it climbing now. Yeah, it's just climbed a degree. It's up to 48 degrees in the battery compartment. It was at 47. It went from 56 down to 47, and now I've got it going back the other way. You know, once the heater warms up the whole infrastructure and the walls and everything, and that will help stabilize that cabinet. I'm cooking some Italian sausage and some French fries in the air fryer because I'm hungry. Took Lefty out. We walked up and put our $5. This is you know, you put the money in the envelope and slip it in the thing. Of course, I didn't think to carry a pen with me all the way up there, and I was frozen. I walked up there with Lefty, so I stuck the money in the envelope, tore off the stub, stuck the envelope in with the $5, and then put the, you know, it's a hang tag, but you wouldn't be able to see it because of my dash cam, so I stuck it in the window. So if they come to look, they'll see it right there. And I wrote that we got here today and we're leaving tomorrow on that stub. So we're just here for the one night. It is cold, cold, cold. And the wind is blowing. And I'm like, should we just go on all the way to Amarillo? But Amarillo's pretty much the same temperatures. Tomorrow, Amarillo's going to be 60 degrees. So that's why tomorrow we're going on to Amarillo. And we're in no hurry. Like I said, it's only 189 miles up there to Amarillo. Buc-ee's, sleep across the street. So this, today, pulling in here, I'm like, this is nuts. We're right on a finger looking out over all this beautiful red rock. Let me give you a view out the windshield. So we are on, this is an edge right here, all around us with a big drop off. And then what you're seeing out, hey! Oh, he ate the damn tag. Thank you for that. Well, there's no way they're going to be able to see that now. Thank you. I thought about that when I stuck it over here on his side. And sure enough, he found it. And we'll save that as a souvenir. Oh, someone sent me this. I forget who it was. Thank you. You know, I'm not a religious person, but I believe in, having good luck and people behind me. And this is one that you stick on the dash. And I haven't stuck it on the dash, but I have had it sitting on the shelf in back. And when we started our trip, I put it up here in my little coffee cup holder thing here. So this is watching over us while we travel. So thank you, whoever sent that. It's the first time in my life that I've ever had a religious symbol that I actually am using. See how the sky is just like this foggy? I think it must be just the Arctic blast of air. So when we pull back out of here, the road is right up there on that. It looks really far away, but it's not really. When we pulled off the road, it was only like 0.4 of a mile to where we're sitting here. So the road is right back over there. And then we'll continue on to Amarillo. So tomorrow will be a short driving day with a jackpot at the end. My Buc-ee's. It's warm back here. Holy smokes. I got the stove running, the air fryer running, and the heater running. Okay, it's finally cycling down. All right, I gotta watch my foods.